Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome back to Europa Universalis far as Brandenburg, aka Prussia. In the last episode, we mostly just cleaned up some things, started getting our aggressive expansion down. Now we need to do a little bit more of that. I want to build up, we have some room to build another army, and I want to get on that. Actually, maybe I'm going to build a troop here, and then I can just build off the army, which will be easier. And then we have to decide where we're going to go to war. We're either going to go to the war to the south, where there's still a lot of aggressive expansion. Pros of that is that, you know, because we're at war with them, we'll have truces with them, and not everyone can get in a coalition against us at one time. The only real flaw... Oh, also, it would let us break up Bohemia, which is kind of scary. And it would be good if we could break them down into smaller pieces. The disadvantage is it would be good to attack Denmark and take as much as we can to maximize how quickly we take it before Russia pushes in more. Because eventually I think Russia... Actually, Russia doesn't seem to care about their territory anymore, so maybe we don't need to stress about that. They kind of want some of Lithuania's. Looks like they're more interested in the Ottomans' territory. Interesting. Oh, maybe we don't need to worry about Denmark. I'm still a little worried that at some point they'll just kind of eat over this way. But it does make sense, like the North Sea doesn't help Russia that much, nor does the Baltic Sea. So taking Sweden or Denmark's land doesn't super help them. Anyway, let's get this army together. Actually, let's get these guys out. Protect trade. We have one Navy ship out there already, don't we? Oh no, I brought them all back. Right, I brought them all back to upgrade. So, okay, hang on. You, protect trade, Lebec, plus 1.3, perfect. And then... Interesting. During war, it will go to port. I don't know whose fleet they're hiding from. Select protect trade. We'll send you to the Baltic Sea Zone. Hide when necessary. Check trade. Novigrad during war. And then we have a tiny fleet here, which doesn't have light ships in it. Okay. We'll just kind of leave that be then. We have a tech we can grab. We can grab a military. Keep our military up to date, which is very helpful. We have new infantry, I think I saw. What do we care about? Better at attacking or better at defending? Or really good with morale while attacking. The Highlanders infantry. I think I'm just gonna take the mediocre across the board. I don't really know which one of the three is the most beneficial over the others, so... Standardized uniforms. Cost more. Army drill gain modifier. Interesting. Let's hold off for a moment and let's see how much it costs to maintain our army when we got our next one built. So we're gonna grab 4 cavalry, 1 infantry. That gets us. We can still build a bunch, so let's get this up to 10. Still lets us build 4 more. We'll grab another cannon and 3 more infantry. Let that build. Any states we want to make? Nope. And we want to hang on to our money for the moment. Okay, you can have access. Manpower is doing good. It recovers so fast. It's a great feeling. Keep letting them have access. We're not going to grab Defender of the Faith. I'm starting to feel like we're near the point where we could, if we so desired. We can become the defenders of the faith. Why am I reading that again? We just read that. Naval research wrong. It seems as if leaving shipwright in our country has written a very convincing document detailing how new ship technology that his rival has been trying to get funding for will never work. They must be right, lose diplo power, or ignore them, lose prestige. We'll lose diplo power, I guess. Actually, our prestige is really high. We could have afforded. No, oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just not sure. My temptation is just to keep cleaning up the north. Let's see trade. Because we have 25%, but if we took away Denmark's 16% to ourselves, that would be fantastic. Decline in army quality. So reform is the answer. Gain professionalism and discipline, but they're more expensive. Or lose prestige and professionalism. 5% discipline will be good, and we have really good income, so we'll take the 10. And in fact, I'm just gonna enact this. For the drill modifier rate. So I guess our professionalism is pretty high. But it helps. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do it. I made the choice. We have fantastic armies. That's just how it's gonna be. What did we complete? Professional army. Lovely. 20 army tradition, 150 military power, and 2 professionalism. Reform of the Brandenburg army. The electron, known as the Great Elector, has been one of the major winners of the 30-Year War, increasing the size of his Prussian realm by nearly a third. His major achievement was to achieve the administrative unity and setting. I wonder if you guys can hear that. My cat is playing very aggressively and has actually managed to drag one of her toys into the room with me. And I'm far too nice to kick her out, so hopefully the noise is not too obnoxious. His major achievement, he also managed to get his country free of Polish lordship over Prussia and to welcome 20,000 French Protestant refugees. In 1675, his army fought a tactical stalemate with the Swedes at the Battle of Furnes. The Swedes were unable to go on the offensive due to poor preparation and thus lost the war. That Sweden was unable to carry the sword of someone had a striking renaissance all over Europe, and Prussia occupied Swedish Pomerania until 1679. Interesting. And we can renovate Berlin, complete the following. The city of Berlin is long overdue for an architectural renovation, and its infrastructure is in dire need. Yeah, let's do that. The twin cities of Berlin and Cologne have long served efficiently as the capital of the state of Brandenburg. The swampy and forested land beneath and around the city is holding its growth back. As the general low population of the Brandenburg lands, as a state with ambitions, we must overcome these problems as ever-growing bureaucracy and court demands a larger and statelier royal residence. If the city is to grow, we must embark on a series of renovations, from greatly expanding the surrounding fortifications to draining the swamps. That sounds like quite the effort. Less tax, but development ease. Oh, good lord, we just keep going with the missions. So we don't have Empower the Junkers. Granted estate privilege, Junker supremacy. I don't know how much I care about that. Army reform, though, is done. The Great Prussian military reforms happen. Sure. Under its second and third kings, Frederick William I and Frederick II the Great, Prussia became a thoroughly militaristic state, boasting the most efficient army in Europe. Without a doubt, the great military reforms were an absolute necessity for an expansionist country. More tradition, more professionalism. Wow. Okay, reform of the state. As our kingdom has expanded and aged, the complexity of the extent of the overlapping and often inconsistent legal practices has grown out of control. Legal cases are decided by local, often privately employed judges according to rules that differ so much from case to case that it is impossible to guarantee any form of legal certainty. Some courts are rendered important by a maze of feudal, imperial, and traditional jurisdictions, while others see judges make a fortune by corrupting the authority of our law. Nevertheless, the education institutions of our state have produced a great number of legal minds and scholars. It is a time we put them to use planning a new, uniform, and consistent and well-regulated legal system for our state. Let us reform Prussia courts to ensure, etc., etc. Yes, start in God's name. Plus 15 government reform progress. Loser stability. Prussia gets unified legal system until the end of the game. Or we have no time for legal procedure or other formalities. No, we're gonna unify. I like it. And finally, Edict of Potsdam. For over a century now, Europe has seen the efforts of the Reformation and Counter-Reformation as religious borders begin to solidify. Many Protestants or Reformed subjects of Catholic rulers find themselves on the run. With the renovation of the Edicts of Tolerance, hundreds of thousands seek a new home. Brandenburg is not a densely populated region. If we were to offer these men and women refugee and pay for new home and perhaps a tax exemption until they get established, we undoubtedly harbor many of them. Let it be known that they can settle in Brandenburg. We lose a lot of money, 640, to stability, just drops our stability down a bunch, but we gain a bunch of improvements to our land, a bunch. And Catholic rulers hate us. There's not many of them left, though. Let's take them along. Wonderful. And to get the last two, we need 80 absolution, which we'll get there. And 100% professionalism, which might take us a little bit longer. Let us spend some admin. Get our stability up a little bit. Because it's now 0. We'll go up to 1. I like hanging on at 1. We've gained military points, so let's grab garrisons are better. And only one more and we get this, which will be good. We can convert one place, which we should do. Provincial unrest somewhere. Where is that unrest? A lot of events happening here. Over here. The place we're converting. We will just give them a smidge of autonomy. It'll be fine. We make enough money that I'm not worried about that. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You should be drilling. And you should get a new leader. A really amazing new leader. Probably because our traditionalism is... military tradition will be insanely high. 3-star general. That's insane. That's good insane. I think we should swap you. Because you're a weak little army. We're gonna swap you with this guy. Then this guy is gonna become a really good one. Just so that our biggest army has our best general. Oh, there's a war breaking out. What's going on? So our manpower is very nearly capped. I think we need to actually make a decision on what we're gonna do next. We have 2 years until a bunch of truces allies. So, do we come down and bully Bohemia? I think that might be the right decision. It's not the easiest war in the world, but it is a winnable war. We have more troops. We have more manpower. We have a lot more troops. Denmark would be super easy to bully. We could clean up this one to clean up our border. And we could probably take a bunch of this. But let's see what aggressive expansion is. Diplomacy, I was in the right one. Coalition. So Bohemia is terrified of us. The rest of the world isn't so bad. Minus 20s, minus 28s. Nothing terrible. So let's see. We have claims in all of this. These would be a good one, because we have claims on all 4 of their territories, I think. 3 of their territories. At some point. But I'm kind of tempted to take this one and vassalize these people. Because they would be an electric at some point. They are an elector. And I want to know if that's even a possibility to reclaim the empire through vassalizing electors. I'm hoping it is. It would be kind of fun to become the emperor again. And we would become insanely powerful if we had the support of the empire. It would be really hard to get the empire in order, though, for imperial authority. But, you know, that's a later problem, not an immediate problem. I think south. I think south is the answer. But who do we declare on? I think Glasgow, just to tell us if this is an achievable goal to force it. We'd need 4 vassals to win the vote. Which, granted, is a ways away. We could get them pretty easily. It's very much a doable objective. Let's do this. We can take some of Brandenburg's land as well. This nation would be good as well. They don't have very many allies, so it would be a much easier war to bully Bohemia with. There is logic to that. This might be the right choice. It's the easiest war we got going. Because they don't have many allies. Who are they allied with? One of these? This one. And then we could just focus all our effort on bullying Bohemia. Making their life hard. I think this is the right choice. We have time to get the electors. And I would rather have a crushing victory. Okay, that's what we're going to do. You come sit there. You come sit there. You are going to sit here and undo because you're going to rush over and take this place. Because I think these 2 armies alone, it's 50k. What do you got? 42k. 7k. Yeah, these 2 armies should alone be able to handle that. So this is our goal, and I think it's a good set of goals. Not tons of money built up, but that's okay. We're making 14. The war will take a while. If it goes badly, we're in trouble, but I think we'll be fine. Could vassalize them too. Or just take it. More princes later would be whatever. We'll just take it. We're claiming our land, right? Yes, we're definitely marrying in with France still. That, I think, is the right decision. Okay, I think that's a good place to call this episode. We'll dive into war in the next episode. And I am going to go with this so we can just bully Bohemia. make their lives harder so that when we eventually go for the others, it will be an easier war. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.